Hello, my name is Kat. Welcome to my channel. Today we have our first unhaul. Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today's video is my first unhaul. I don't really unhaul too many books. Long ago, before booktube, before this channel, before all of that, I did an unhaul. I used to have some books that I read and some books that they were duplicates. My mom used to send me books and we didn't really keep track what I have, what I didn't have, so sometimes she sent me double, like one time she sent me something and then the next time sent me probably one of the same books. So I decided I needed to unhaul some of those books, and I took it to the library and I took some of the books that I read with them. Later on I kind of regretted because I wish I could have some of those books that I know I like them here in my library now. Since then I would say I'm more intentional, be more careful when I'm buying books, but sometimes you do impulsive buying and you still getting some books that you are not 100% sure you're gonna read them and all of that. So since that time, since I regretted to unhaul those books, I was trying to keep all the books that I have and make sure, especially the ones that I read, to keep it with me. However, now my space is not really big. I don't have too much space for the books that I have, and I need to make a little space, and I have to get rid of some books. I know some of these books I'm not gonna read them ever. Some of these books I already read them, and I think I have only one that is a duplicate. So without going around again, let's go start with the books that I actually read. Let's start with one that you probably see it. I show you probably no long ago. This one I get it in a bargain price, I think it was in Books A Million. I hold it for a long time. I read it maybe the beginning, the 40 pages at the beginning, and then I stopped reading them. I read another book from the same author that I like better than this one. Finally I decided to finish, but I actually finished in an audio version, and I didn't like it. It was okay, it was not the best, it's not the worst, but it's not something that I will miss to don't have, and so it's not memorable at all. And this has to go. Anyways, I did it in an audio, so it's not point to have it anymore for me in a physical form. So this one is going. The next book that I have is this North Spice. I can pronounce some words. So this one is the Reese Book Club for some of those months. And I was trying to keep this one with me for a while, because I was thinking, if I read enough Reese Book Club books or picks, maybe I can do a video about it. It may be happen in the future, I'm not 100% sure. And if I need to mention this one, I can always make a picture somewhere on the screen. So the reason that I'm going to get rid of this particular one is I remember I didn't like it at all. I don't remember a lot about the story. I know it's set in somewhere in the Ireland area, and it's about two sisters, and I think one of them she is getting attached to a very violent group, and the other sister doesn't believe it's possible, and it's some social conflicts between them, what is going on in the area, in the country, or in the place. Is some social political problems, and it's about that. And I do remember that I didn't like it. I was bored about it. I didn't care about the characters. I didn't feel for any of them, and I hardly remember the story. So means it was not memorable at all. It's one of the books that I really didn't care much. So it's time for it to go. Another book that I read that is a translation, Women's in Translation, I think. Is an author from Germany. So this one is The End of the Days, and it's about this woman that they're gonna show 5 ways how she could die. It's set on the time the World War I or after the World War I. So it's set like it's divided in 5 groups or 5 big chapters, big sections, and it's telling you the story of this woman and the ways that she could die, and it's telling you some social problems too, some conflicts, like social political conflicts that there were in that period of time. And I think because it's set on the World War One and it's set in this trying to show that how the war and how the social political situation affect this woman, you're supposed to be feeling for this person and be sorry for her and try to understand why they put her in these 5 situations and how she actually could die on this situation. And it's supposed to be very touchy. I don't know if it's because the translation, I didn't get attached to the person, I didn't get attached to the character. It's not like I dislike completely the book. I don't remember a lot of things that happen on this in this particular book, and I'm sorry, it wasn't not what I was expecting. The whole setup, it sounds really interesting, and it says it won a fiction prize in yeah, it says like the author is an independent foreign fiction prize, and we, like I said, we read it for a book club that I was following long ago, like that in that time. And it sounds interesting because it was a translate book and it was from a woman, but sadly I didn't like it. It has to go. Maybe somebody else will like it better. It's not point for me to keep this one because it was not one of my favorite ones. Okay, the next book that I'm going to show you, I tried to read this one. It was sound interesting. It's supposed to be for non-fiction November, like when I just started watching booktube, like maybe I don't remember when it was, like 2-3 years ago, almost 2-3 years ago. And it was Advanced Praise the Animals Among Us. Oh, me and my pronunciation, so forgive me. So this one is supposed to be telling you about why the animals are like we are attached to them, and it sounds interesting. I think I get it, like, yeah, I stopped reading it in the page 38. It's nothing that you cannot find in a documentary on TV or in a magazine or that kind of thing. I don't think it was given too much extra information, and I kind of get bored. So I'm sure I'm not gonna keep reading it. Maybe somebody else will like it, especially if they like that kind of non-fiction. I like animals a lot, and I was really interested to find something different on the book, but the little that I read, I didn't find anything different, so I'm not gonna read it. I was holding it for a while, and I don't count it like a DNF because I read only 38 pages, so it's like I didn't read anything at all. Like I didn't even get half of the book to say, okay, I don't like this or I like that completely. So this one is like a no read for me, and it has to go. And let's move on. Oh, let me take my bookmark from it. Okay, let's move on to one book that I have like a double. So this one, I saw it, I think it was on Books Like War. She was reading the whole series of this one. I still interested in reading them. I think she get rid of them after she finished them. I'm still interested to read these ones, this series. I don't know when I'm gonna read them. I hope soon. They are not really long. It's just I have too many books in mind, and I don't read too many books per month that I can catch up with all my books. But this one is a duplicate, so I'm not really worried about this one because I already have another book. Next one, these 3 books, two they were impulse buying. One, I have it for a very, very, very long time. Oh, I even have I even have the receipts. I don't know, I have some papers there. I was very interested. I remember this maybe is 10 years ago, maybe longer, maybe 10 years. I was younger too. So I was very interested on this series. I think I watched the movie. It was a movie of it. I think it was a movie. So I saw the book and I said, oh, maybe it would be interesting to read it. To be honest, now I'm not really interested to read it. I know I see a lot of people that is very fan of the series, and I don't even know if I get the right number. I think I have the right one because there are a lot of them and you have to go by order, and I think, yeah, I think it's the number one. I'm not 100% sure. This one is City of Bones. I think it is the first one. So to be honest, I don't think I'm interested in read these ones anymore. Plus I saw some reviews and they said it's a little younger. I don't know, like the reviews that I watched, they didn't really make me feel like I should read this series. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've been having this book for a long time. It's more than 5 years, so it's really no point to have it, because in all these years I didn't even intend to pick it up, so means I'm not gonna do it anyways. And I need a space in my small bookshelf, so this one has to go. And then I have two impulse buy-ins. This, you probably saw it on my book haul, one of those. This one I found it on Goodreads. It was $4. It seems like it's 4 different little novels or stories from 4 different people. The concept, I like it because they are trying to promote these small writers and put them in a story collection. You see, like this one is one of the books and it's not that long, so I was thinking I probably can read it. However, you see, every time when I think I want to get rid of one of other book, kind of hesitate. Okay, I'm going to double think about this one. May Unhaul this one, but may not. The stories, they seem interesting. Like if you read the first line, they sound interesting and they are not really long. There are 4 small books and there are 4 different authors. So I will see if in the future I try to do another Unhaul or something. You may know if I get rid of this one. This one is like question mark. I may get rid of it, I may get not rid of it, but it's more on the maybe I should Unhaul it. And the next one is this one, Stephen King and From a Buick 8. This one I found it on Goodreads too, on Goodwill too. Probably it was like $2, $3. It's not one of his most popular books, and to be honest, I don't think I'm going to read it. It's not something that is really getting my attention. I don't really read too much horror at all, and Stephen King, it never was one of the authors that I would like to read, that I was wishing to read. And I buy it, this one, because I was thinking, oh, it will be a good idea to have at least one of his books on hand, and maybe I will actually read him, and who knows, maybe I will like him. But to be honest, on all this time, I don't remember when I bought this one. It's probably a couple years already. I didn't even think about it, and I think it's about this when some kind of like the car is gonna get some kind of creepy thing and it's gonna start doing creepy stuff. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna keep it. If in the future I really want to try some Stephen King book, I can get it from the library and see if I actually like it. I doubt it, but I can use my library to figure it out. And since I get it from my Goodwill, it's not gonna be that hard for me to get rid of this one. Like, I will not feel sorry for it. So this one has to go. Total, so we have 3, 6, 7 books that they're leaving my bookshelf. One that I'm still thinking about it, but I think it will go. I will try to see if I read at least one of the books, but I think it may go. So another thing, I'm trying to do this Unhaul in a small store that we have close to where I live, but they open only Tuesday to Friday, I think, between 8 to 4, something like that. And those hours are hard because either I'm working or it's too far away, and right now it's the middle of the summer and it's so hard to get to one point to another point. So I will try to see if I can get those books there, see if they're gonna get some of the books and I can trade it for something else. And if they don't get the books, I may go and just leave it on the library. They probably get better use for it. And I think that's it, all the books that I'm going to unhaul today. I don't know when I'm gonna have another unhaul. I hope no anytime soon. I hope I'm very careful in what I'm buying and trying to be very intentional and mindful when I'm very intentional when I'm buying the book. So I hope I will not have another unhaul in the near future, but we never know. So anyways, that's it for today. And like always, if you like the video, thumbs up, and if you want to know if I post another video, ring the campanita. And thank you for watching. Bye.